Hello, I'm Bernardo Silva, and this is my Total Football Masterclass.
Bernardo Silva!
Can I take a picture to show my teammates?
Bernardo Silva to score!
We are in love with him.
I've played everywhere. Try to be as useful as possible.
An absolutely brilliant counter-attacking goal from Manchester City.
Bernardo, thank you for joining us for this masterclass. We've called this a total football one. We could have called it a lot of things. We think that versatility might be what makes you the player that you are, and your intelligence. Players don't like talking about this very often, but if we asked you what your strength is, what would you say?
I'd say understanding the game. That's why I like to think that by understanding the game, that's what makes me being able to play in different positions. So the tactical part and the tactical side of the game, I think that's probably my biggest quality.
It's a brilliant goal, Bernardo Silva. That is a wonderful left foot drive.
He gets ahead of Bernardo Silva, whose forward pass is weighted just perfectly for him.
The first thing we're going to talk about is perfect balance. Right now, your assists and your goals for Manchester City are exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Looking at that statistic, does that feel right to you?
Well, it does. I just need to score a goal in a Community Shield game. But yeah, it's nice, 58, not a bad stat. I think I do a little bit of everything. I don't score a lot of goals, I don't do a lot of assists, but a bit of everything in terms of attacking, in terms of defending. The players and my teammates, they make fun of me and they say that I'm not a winger or a midfielder, that I'm an attacking defender. The stats are also nice. It's also good to score a few goals and to make a few assists and to help the team in that. And especially in the Champions League, I've had a lot of very nice memories over the last years.
Bernardo Silva is worth his weight in gold.
We're going to look at something that people do associate with you, which is work rate.
He's busy, he's getting around everywhere, he's brilliant on the ball.
Can run 12, 15 kilometers, but intense, not just run for run.
So here is the list of the top 10 or 11 of the players who've covered the most distance in a game since 2019 and 2020. Now, if you look along the left, you might see a similarity among all the players there.
But this is in our team.
Just in City.
So it's always me. There's no one else. Well, yeah, it means it's also related with the position and in what I do on the field. Because, for example, if you play on the wings, left back, right back, striker, if you don't play in the middle, you probably don't run as much. You go quicker, but less times. And me, I'm not very quick, so I'm very constant, but I'm always running. So that might explain the distance.
People are always talking about who's the fastest player in the squad. Ever since you've been here. That's something that you're not really in that discussion, right?
No, not at all. Maybe in the slowest discussion. All players are different, and so, for example, a player like Kyle Walker that makes 30 games in a row, then after a big run of 60, 70 meters in a high speed, he needs more time to recover. And me, because I cannot reach that speed, I never need to recover that much, so I can run more. And in terms of distance, it adds, and it reaches these levels. So yeah, and each position demands a different thing. So but it's nice. I like it. Yeah.
If you want to take a photo to show your teammates.
Can I take a picture to show my teammates?
Yeah.
Like this, they won't be able to. Got it. Thank you.
It's the big one. It's first against second. Manchester City host Liverpool.
We're at a famous game against Liverpool in 2019. We won 2-1 with goals from Sané and Aguero. Possibly one of the best games I've ever seen at the Etihad. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that game well?
It's one of the games that I remember the most because it was so important. In my opinion, the 2019 Liverpool team was probably the toughest to beat. To win that game at home was the beginning of an unbelievable comeback in the Premier League to win the title by 1 point.
Bernardo Silva fighting to the last second here.
I felt so tired after that game. I knew that I had run a lot in that game, because the game was a very transitional game in terms of running and second balls, and both teams attacking and pressing high. So a lot of long balls, second balls, counter-attacks, and it made it very difficult to play, but a very good memory for us.
Bernardo, City once again falling for that byline, and it's in the back of the net!
At this point in the game, does discipline and tactics have to go out the window a little bit, and it's more about who's got the fight, who wants to win?
The manager, he always says, he gives you the map to follow, and you know what you have to do in the game. But it gets to a certain point of the game, and in certain stages of certain competitions, for example, when you get to the quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals of the Champions League, or the big games, where it needs to come from your soul, it needs to come from your heart. And yeah, that's what I try to do, and this game was a good example of that. In this time of the season, they were better than us.
On his left foot, floated in on the back post, and Liverpool steal in, and there's the equaliser.
To beat them, we had to do that extra bit, and that extra bit was fight more than them, was run more than them, and that's what we did in this game.
To Sonny, he's in the box on the left foot, Sonny! It's in the corner! Devastating counter-attacking football by City.
So since you joined the team, this is the list of players who've played the most.
Well, I don't get injured much. Even when I start on the bench, the manager always trusts me to help the team with defending and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a nice stat.
He's one of the best players I've ever seen in my life. I was lucky to train a lot of players, top class one. This is one of the best for how intelligent, how clever, and how good guy he is.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to hear this, especially because of the players that he managed throughout his career as a manager, and motivation to keep going and to keep helping the team.
His performances allow him to just go and play anywhere on the field.
There's one player that you could bring into Liverpool from the Portugal setup.
Bernardo, the most intelligent football guy I've known.
Well, here's your positional versatility as well, so this is something you've talked about. The one on the left is since you joined City, and the one on the right is this season and last season.
Well, no, I've played everywhere, because I remember in my first season, I played in a defensive in a back five. I played on the right side against Liverpool in the Champions League, and last season I played left back in 3 games in a row against Aston Villa, Arsenal, and Nottingham.
And to play left back, for that.
He knows that I will do everything to help the team in whatever position it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough to play left back, very tough, especially against Saka, because he's an unbelievable player. And it wasn't easy away against Arsenal to play this position. This position also is very difficult, striker, because you have to be more patient. I think the season where we lost the Champions League final against Chelsea. I played lots of games here as a false 9, and it's difficult to play there. The rest I do fine. Defensive midfield, center midfield here, and right wing I'm totally fine with it. This one is very tough.
This is your touch map from this season. I think this summarises the kind of player you are.
Well, yeah, trying to give because I play in different positions, it also gives me this map, but trying to give options to my teammates wherever they are, and sometimes I need to come a bit more closer to the defenders, or sometimes I need to get into the box to score goals and to make an assist. So yeah, try to be as useful as possible.